Okay, Helio College Maths students, in this video we're going to go through the steps to produce the spreadsheet for the car loan investigation. So first thing is to type out all the same headings as what we have here. So we want these ones starting with car loan repayments in B1. So see how we have cell B1 here, it shows up here where the B lines up with the number 1. So that's cell B1, and then in B2 we have amount borrowed, and then month down here in A6. Okay, so I'll be using those references to tell you which cell to type certain things into. And we want to end up with a spreadsheet where we can change any of these quantities. So instead of being, say, $20,000 car at 5% interest, with a $300 monthly payment, and see how the spreadsheet adjusts automatically to all those things. Okay, so go ahead and I'll pause the video and type in all these headings, and then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. Okay, so I'm just going to grab these headings now. I'm going to copy and paste these across to another sheet. Okay, and then grab these other ones down here. Okay, so we want something that looks like this. So better fix that up if you haven't got that. And you can just adjust the size of the cells by clicking and dragging those across if you can't see the writing, if it's overlapping. So yeah, go and fix up the size of the cells. Okay, now first thing, let's get the number of months happening in this column. Now we want to go to quite a few months because we're going to be doing this over 5 years. So that's quite a few months. That's 60 months. Now we're not going to sit here and type every number 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth. No, it takes too long. So all you need to do is type 1 and 2 like that, and then click and highlight the two of them. Select those two cells and then drag the mouse down until it turns into that black cross, like a plus sign. And then click and drag that all the way down until, oh well, that's probably a little bit too far, but drag it down until it gets to at least 60. I'm going to have to go up a bit here. What are we at there? So mine's going down to 89. That's okay. More than 60 is what we want. Okay. All right, now money owing column. Okay, so we want to start with the amount borrowed, whatever's in this cell, and we want that to go over here straight away. So whatever we put in here goes to the money owing. That's what we owe at the beginning. So what we do is we type equals, and then we want this cell to equal this cell. So we click up here. So we're telling Excel that this cell here is whatever is in C2. So I'll just push enter now, and we can see there's a 0 there, but if we put a different number, like 5,000, then it automatically updates it. Okay, so interest. Now, listen carefully to this. There's a couple of steps just to watch out for. Firstly, the interest rate, well, we're going to put that in over in here in C3. So we want this cell to equal C3. But of course we're going to put that in as a percentage, so the computer needs to know that it's got to be converted to a decimal. So of course that means we divide the percentage by 100. In addition to that, this will be divided by 12 because it's a monthly. We want to have the interest per month, and we're going to be putting it in per annum, so we need to divide by 12. So what we do with that, now we push Shift 8, that star there means times, so that's Shift 8, and we're going to multiply by the money owing, so we'll click by B7, so we want to multiply this interest rate by whatever's in this cell. Okay, now we'll push enter there, and you know, we got 0 there because we haven't put an interest rate in yet. But if we put an interest rate in, like say 10%, well, we know 10% of 5,000 is 500, so we should get oh, sorry, that would be for the year, beg your pardon. So that's 10% for monthly, so it's actually not 500, it's 500 divided by 12, so 41.67. So we see the interest rate is now being calculated, which is good. We've got the interest amount there. Now we've got to be careful, there's one more thing to do here. I want you to click on that cell like I have there, and I want you to go up here and put a dollar symbol in front of C and then in between C and 3. So it should be like I've got up here $C, $3. Now what that does is it fixes the interest rate will always come from that cell. Otherwise Excel likes to shift down one cell at a time, so it'll start grabbing the interest rate from the wrong cell if you don't do that. So you've got to have it looking like that. Okay, so let's push enter there. Okay, now the repayment, well, that's whatever we want. We want that to be whatever's in this cell. So we'll say that equals, and we'll click up here, C4, and push enter. So once again, nothing in there, but well, you'll put your repayment in here. Let's just pretend that it's like $500. Push that there, and we see we get 500 there. But you'll need to adjust that for your particular situation. Okay, so the amount owing. Well, at the end of a month, we're going to be paying off some of this. So we've got this amount here. Say we owe that amount, and then we're going to add interest to that, or the bank adds interest, but then you subtract the repayment. So here, the amount owing equals this cell here, whatever the owing is, that plus the interest, which is C7, and then minus the repayment, which is D7. So that's what we want to have in that cell. And I'll push enter now, and we see that it's added, it's got the 5,000, and it's added the interest and then taken off the $500 to get that number there. Right, so we're nearly done here. We've just got to do a bit more filling down. So what we want to do here is we want to take this amount here and have it transfer to here each month. So the amount owing from the end of the month goes to the money owing at the start of the next month. So I'm going to go to this cell and I'm going to type equals and then click over here, and it just transfers it across. Now you can click this cell, only that one, B8, hover the mouse so the arrow turns black, click and fill it all the way down. And we'll just go to about 60, or a bit past 70 will do. And it's all zeros at the moment, but when we put some more information in, those will change to the proper numbers. Okay, interest, now we just want to click and fill that from there all the way down to here. Okay, and the repayment, we'll just click and drag. Oh, now hold on. We need to adjust this actually, sorry. We want that to only ever come from here. So just before we fill this down, let's do the same thing with the dollars. So $C, $4. Forgot about that. Okay, you make sure you do that. Type that in like that. Now we can fill this one down, because otherwise it would have started going to the cells beneath to get that number. We only want it to come from C4. Okay, and so they'll say 500 now. And then the amount owing, this one's okay. We want that to move down, so we don't want any dollars in here. We want that just to look like that. And you'll see when we do this final one, everything will change. Isn't that nice? So let's say I bought a car for $25,000 and the interest rate is, I don't know, let's say 8%. With a monthly repayment of $500, I pay off this car after, now where is it? It's right here. Okay, you can see we go from owing $11 to being in the negatives, which means we've got below zero, we've paid it off. Right, so that's how we set up our spreadsheet. If there's anything you couldn't follow there, you weren't sure of, make sure you get me over and I can sit down and just tweak the spreadsheet with you. But what's great about this is that when you go to do the second loan, or change the conditions of the loan, all you need to do is change the numbers up here and everything changes down below right before your eyes. Okay guys, let's go to it.